Well guys, this is it. After all the different Disney films we looked upon, it all comes down to number 1. But if you guys know me, I ain't gonna say it just yet. Before I do, I want to give out some honorable mentions to the movies that didn't make it to the list, but I still love them the same. These are...
Aladdin has some of the greatest comedic sidekicks in Disney's history like Genie, Iago, and Abu. The Jungle Book, love the chemistry that the characters have with each other and has one of my favorite Disney soundtracks. Wreck-It Ralph, great writing, a nice variety of animation, and awesome video game references. Sleeping Beauty, some of the most beautiful Disney animation you could find, and I can definitely see why Maleficent is considered the best Disney villain. As for the 2014 movie, my feelings towards it are exactly like Donald's. And finally, a tie between Frozen and Tangled, who were both actually very close to be on my list.
And my favorite film by Walt Disney Animation Studios is...
Fantasia. This is the movie that a lot of people consider to be Walt Disney's most experimental film, a project that started out as a unique attempt to bring back the popularity of Mickey Mouse, eventually turned into something bigger, something that's nothing like any other movie out there, even to this day, and I absolutely love it! To describe what Fantasia is, it's not really as easy as you'd think, because it's not what it's about, but more, what does it do? It's the combining work of the master art of Disney animation with some of the famous compositions of classical music. In here, the stars are not the voice actors, the writers, or even the characters themselves. The only people that can truly shine here are the animators and the composers who made the music, since there is no screenplay nor do the characters ever talk. In fact, the song sheet acts more as the screenplay. It dictates every move of the characters and the tone of every moment. It's like if the movie created a whole new genre of filmmaking where the music takes control of the story, and Fantasia is an introduction to this genre, presenting how it can work in several different ways. There's the usual narrative style like The Sorcerer's Apprentice, abstract like Toccata and Fugue, and just depicting the everyday lives of extraordinary things like the Nutcracker Suite, each offering a very unique tone and art style that seem to accompany the music extremely well. If I do have to pick a personal favorite amongst them, it would be pretty hard to choose. I mean, I do love them all, but I guess I can go with either The Sorcerer's Apprentice, The Pastoral Symphony, and The Dance of the Hours. Of course, 60 years later, Disney would go and release the sequel to the film Fantasia 2000, which I actually remember seeing it in theaters. And I will say it is good. In fact, I did place it on my top 10 animated sequels, but it definitely doesn't live up to the original. You see, the problem with 2000 is that they don't explore the idea of this genre as much. Art styles most definitely, yes, but always sticking to the narrative style with all their segments. Not only that, but some of them are more like cartoons like Pomp and Circumstances and The Carnival of the Animals, which I do like them, they are good in their own rights, but that's not what Fantasia is all about. Also, the amount of guest stars they keep bringing in to introduce the segments do get annoying. Like I said before, they're not supposed to be the stars of the film. That should belong to the animators and composers. It's not a package film with a collection of cartoons, it's about making art with animation, and there are only a handful of movies out there that uses the medium not to just entertain the kiddies, but to simply make art that even adults would take seriously. Not only is this my favorite Disney film, not only is this my favorite animated film, this is my favorite movie of all time. And this is exactly the kind of film that I look for whenever I make my videos. Rather it be for animation look back that has an interesting background filled with unique factoids and a great story about how it was made, or for my reviews that takes the medium of animation and the art of storytelling to whole new levels. I'm so glad that I was able to both learn and share with you guys these treasured moments of animation for the past 5 years, and can't wait to share with you even more in the future. I want to thank you guys so much for watching and your great support after all these years, and with that said, this concludes my top 10 favorite films from Walt Disney Animation Studios. See you later, dudes!